Welcome and karibuni to Aroma of Zanzibar. Today I'm going to share with you how I make variety of muffins by using a basic muffin recipe. So I'm going to start by making buttermilk. I've got 1 cup of whole milk and I added 1 tablespoon of distilled white vinegar. You could use lemon or lime for this. And we're going to keep it aside. For my dry ingredients, I'm using 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour with 2 teaspoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, and about 3/4 cup of sugar, as well as a pinch of salt. And we're gonna mix this well to combine and keep it aside. Now for my wet ingredients, I'm using about half a cup of melted butter and 1/4 cup of oil. I'm using canola oil. You can use butter alone or you can use oil alone, that's fine. Then we're gonna mix that with our buttermilk. And I've got 2 eggs on room temperature. These are large eggs, but if you're using medium, you can use 3. Then we're just going to slightly beat and then add to the wet ingredients, and also about 1.5 teaspoons if you want of vanilla extract. And we're going to mix that well to combine as well. Muffins are very simple, and that's why I like them. Very easy to put it together, just wet ingredients to the dry ingredients. Going to make a little hole over there and then just pour your wet to the dry and just mix well to combine. Please do not overwork your batter, otherwise your muffins will be very tough. So the batter may look a little bit lumpy, but that's fine. That's how it should be. Okay, so this is a very, very basic recipe, and you can make variations of muffins with this batter. All right, so I've got my muffin tin ready here with liners. If you don't have liners, it's fine. You can just spray it with oil so that they do not stick at the bottom. And I'm going to start with banana. I've used about half a banana that's ripe, and I'm just going to use 2 scoops. We're just going to mix it. So when you're doing like this, you really don't want to mix your batter completely in the beginning, because you're going to be mixing it as you add different kind of flavors to it. And also you don't have to use fruits or anything. You can just have, vanilla muffins. That's fine. All right. And for muffins, usually it's nice to fill them up because, when they're baked, they become really nice and big. So I'm just adding walnuts on the first one, and the girls like chocolate chips. So we're going to have 2 chocolate chip and 1 walnut. So that's banana nut. You're just going to mix it a little bit there. I like muffins because they're very simple to make and they're very light. They do not have too much sugar, so they're perfect for breakfast or brunch. Your excuse to have dessert in the morning, yeah? Okay, so now for my second one, I'm doing chocolate, and I'm using the cocoa powder that I got it from Tanzania from Mama Chocolate. And it's really nice. It's really amazing. So, but you can use any type of cocoa powder that you have. So I used about 2 teaspoons, not completely full. And I wanted to make actually just a chocolate swirl, not a complete chocolate muffin. And then I like to add a little bit of white vinegar to kind of soften the batter. So I added about 1/4 teaspoon of vinegar. And then we're just going to start with the white and then the brown. This is just a chocolate swirl. This reminds me when I was working in the bakery, and this is how we used to do. We used to keep the dry ingredients and the wet ingredients a day ahead, and then come in the morning and mix the whole thing in big buckets, and then you do like 100 muffins of one flavor and then another 100 of one flavor. So it's easy because the batter is one basic recipe. All right, so we're just gonna make a swirl out of that. I don't know if it was working really well because it's little, so I had to use a stick. All right, and then we're just going to add some chocolate chip again. My kids love chocolate chip. Now for my third one. This is my favorite one, so I just added 1 teaspoon of the cocoa powder and red gel food coloring. We are making our famous red velvet, and I added about half a teaspoon of vinegar. Red velvet, we need vinegar. The buttermilk and the cocoa powder and the vinegar have that special chemistry. And so then we're just going to put that in the liners. And at this point, please make sure that your oven is ready. I kept mine at 375 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 190 Celsius. All right, and okay, they want white chocolate chip and the brown chocolate chip, the dark chocolate chip. Okay, so we're just going to mix this. Now, my last one, I've got some apples there. I added some cinnamon and a little bit of brown sugar. And whenever you add fruits or anything, it's always nice to coat it with flour first, because you don't want it to settle at the bottom, okay? And then I added some nuts as well. And we're just going to mix this and fold it in like that. Then we're going to put that one there. So you see, it's very simple. You can make as many flavors as you want with just one recipe. And for the top, I was trying to make a streusel. So I've got flour, butter, and brown sugar. Equal amount in weight, sorry. And then we're just going to put it on the top. Okay, so I baked these for about 20 minutes, and you can see how gorgeous they are. These are so gorgeous. And by the way, they're almost gone. They were supposed to be for tomorrow morning. And you're just going to let them sit in the baking pan for a couple of minutes, maybe 3-4 minutes, and take them out, because you don't want them to start cooling while they're still in the pan, because they will sweat, okay? And then you don't want them to get that moisture. So we're going to take them out and keep them on the rack and let them cool. So here's our red velvet, as you can see. It's so nice and soft. That's how a muffin should be. So thank you so much. For more recipes, please visit me at Intro Mombasa, and you'll find the ingredients on this page and in the description box below.